during the nighttime. All around the area of the palace, there's a lot of other historical buildings. Our state capitol building nearby, Governor's Mansion, a statue of King Kamehameha. They're all situated in Chinatown, all within walking distance. In view now is an area known as Canberra Industrial Park, just above the lagoon, or that area you see just up the coast. You'll see a number of buildings and nicely cold sand beaches. That is the resort of Ko'olina. It's newer and it's been here long enough. This is where Disney's Aulani property is situated. But this area, if you like the island of Maui and you enjoy staying out on the west side, Lahaina, Ka'anapali, Napili, Kahana, the west side of Oahu is just as beautiful and just as quiet and a wonderful place to visit. And this is the resort area that you see out in the distance. Above that, you have some of the rural communities that line the western section, such as Nanakuli, Male, Makaha. As we look back towards the Canberra Industrial Park area, that whole area that takes you up over through the central portion of the island, at one time was primarily sugarcane and pineapple fields. This particular section, as you can see, has many new development that have been erected as far as communities, government and county offices, schools, everything that makes up increase the population in the area. Shopping to dining, all have been since developed in this area known as Kapolei. As you can tell, it's quite windy outside, and primarily by looking at the ocean, you'll see all the white caps. And that just gives you a general idea of how windy and rough the ocean is. So as visitors to our islands, always be mindful, be kind and considerate when around the ocean at all times. As we make our fun approach to the Honolulu International Airport, again the Daniel K International Airport, we'd like to ask that you double check, make sure your seat belts are fastened low and tight. Parents traveling with children, double check their seat belts. Everyone's seat back should be in its upright position. Window shade forward of you, next to you. If you see one down, if you go ahead and raise those window shades for our arrival. Those of you on the left hand side, you will now get a view of the western section of the island. As we make our way, just before landing, we'll fly over the entrance to Pearl Harbor, the largest military installation outside of the continent, United States. In the center is an island known as Forward Island, just off to the top. Right hand side of the island, there's two structures. One offshore, the white structure will be the Arizona Memorial, and a short distance away from that will be a dark gray structure, and that's the Mighty Northern Missouri. Again, points of interest to visit if you're visiting the island of Oahu. Your pilots will complete their day here. We're glad that they were able to bring us back to the beautiful state of Hawaii safely. Your flight attendants were stationed out of Los Angeles to give you an idea of our day. This just is the first half. Once you leave us, we'll get back on another plane and take passengers with the new pilots to Los Angeles and be home at our base tonight. But if you're visiting our beautiful state, please have a most enjoyable stay. It's nice and sunny, obviously. Island residents, welcome home. Everyone stay safe. Again, be mindful of one another. Be mindful of the people around, the elders, the kids. Make sure you have your mask and be safe. Please out there. Thank you for choosing Hawaiian. We hope to see you again in the near future. Until then, aloha, ahui ho, malama pono.
Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. We'll be taxiing for the next few moments. For your continued comfort, and most especially your safety, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft comes to a full, complete stop at the gate, and the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Before leaving us today, please check about your seat area for any articles you may have brought on board with you. And please exercise caution when accessing the overhead compartments, as items may have shifted during our flight and could fall out when you open those compartments. As you exit the aircraft, please watch your step when stepping onto the jet bridge, as there might be a slight floor level change. And for those guests that requested wheelchair assistance, we ask that you please remain seated until the main flow of passengers have disembarked. That way our porters may better assist you. And for those families with small children who've each any car seats or strollers, you can claim those items on the jet bridge. Normally takes about 10 to 15 minutes to receive those items at the gate. And cell phones may be used at this time as long as they can be accessed from a seated position without releasing your seatbelts. And please continue to refrain from smoking until you're well in a designated smoking area. And also, ladies and gentlemen, today we will need everybody to remain seated when we get to the gate, as we do need to assist a guest off the aircraft. So we do ask that everybody please remain seated even when the fasten seatbelt sign does turn off. So mahalo for your compliance with that. And on behalf of all of us here at Hawaiian Airlines, most especially your Los Angeles-based flight crew, it's been our pleasure having you with us today. And until we have the privilege to serve you on a future Hawaiian Airlines flight, we extend to you our warmest aloha, mahalo, and a hui ho. Enjoy the rest of your day here in Honolulu.